Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Alrighty. Good morning, Pensacola. Good morning. You got me this morning. You got Vernon this morning. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, get up. A little chilly outside. Get up, a little chilly outside, y'all. Y'all hear me? You better get up, a little chilly outside this morning. Yeah, according to my thermometer, y'all. According to my thermometer in Pensacola, Florida, y'all, it is 32 degrees, freezing right now, y'all. Cold, freezing right now. So, but anyway, get on up and get on out. You got to get them children ready to go to school. You got to get yourself ready to go to work. And you just got to make sure that you turn your phone on, turn your Alexa on, turn on the television, and tell everybody Vernon is on this morning. Okay, Vernon got his coffee cup. I'm warm. You see me? I ain't got no other shirt on. I'm warm. I'm warm right now. Yeah, I'm warm right now. So tell everybody. Good morning. Tell everybody Vernon is on this morning. Gonna pass on some information to you today. Information, hopefully, that you can use. This is your information station, y'all. This is your information station. Let me give you just kind of an overview of what we're going to be doing this morning. We're going to talk about, first of all, we're going to talk about a little bit about the weather and how you can prepare for this weather. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the news, on the national scene, on the state scene, and then also on the local scene. And When we finish that a little later on, we're going to be talking about some community news. Okay, community news. If y'all forgot any church news to pass on to me, I can get that too. Hopefully we get in this morning. We're gonna give you a little bit about some Black history this morning, and in about the 7:30 time frame, we're gonna be talking about some jobs. Okay, we're gonna have Miss Laquita Payne from ECUA on this morning, and she's gonna be talking about the jobs available at the ECUA. Hopefully about the 8 o'clock time frame, we are going to be talking to the mayor or the deputy city manager. I think the mayor is out of town, but the deputy city manager is certainly here, so we'll be talking to him around the 8 o'clock time frame. Also, we're going to hopefully have Jerry McIntosh on this morning around 8. He stays with me throughout the broadcast around 8 o'clock this morning. And so we got a lot to go through and a lot to deal with and a lot to talk about and everything. So the first thing I usually do this morning, you know me when I got to get up and get things out.
And the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Hey, Escambia. Today, we're talking trash, specifically bulk waste.
Starting July 1st, 2023, bulk waste service will be called for pickup. You can schedule a pickup by calling the ECUA Customer Service Department anytime before 2 p.m. on the day prior to your normal pickup day. Bulk pickup is still included at no additional charge.
Check out ecua.fl.gov for more information.
Know what to throw, 850.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, Penn Air combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. Penn Air Credit Union. Join us.
The Service Center at Pete Moore Chevrolet can maintain the life of your vehicle regardless of make or model. Our certified factory-trained technicians have the expertise for domestic and import vehicles. And the Pete Moore Advantage provides you complimentary services whenever you stop by. Our Collision Center accepts all insurance, provides lifetime warranties on all workmanship and paint, and offers a deductible reimbursement program. So when you need service or repair, let the Pete Moore Service and Collision Center work for you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ford. I'm the owner of FD Builds. Energy efficiency is very important in today's market. With higher interest rates and rising costs, it's important that home buyers maintain their bottom line of affordability. The nice thing about natural gas and natural gas appliances is that it's more energy efficient than their electrical counterparts, and at the end of the day, the utility bills are lower. Our relationship with the Pensacola Energy team is phenomenal. From customer service to their field teams, it's just a seamless process. We love Pensacola Energy.
All right, good morning, Pensacola. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir, you got Vernon this morning. A little chilly out today, y'all. I want you to be very careful out there. A little cold weather out there. And the reason I say that is because it has become deadly. Okay, it had become deadly. So we'll talk about that a little bit when we get into our news account this morning. So you make sure that you check on people that around you. Check on the older folks. Make sure they got sufficient heat and sufficient warmth, as storage blanket. Check on your neighbors. You know, do that for me if you will. Just do me a favor, if you will, and check on everybody. Okay, just check on everybody out there that may have be impacted by this weather, because they already have found an individual, a casualty of this cold weather already on Fairfield, and I think that individual was homeless. But make sure you do that. Now, having said all of that, I want you to make sure that what you do this morning, make sure that you go in and stay warm. I know you're gonna pull out those extra space heaters, and you're gonna try to get them close to the bed and all that kind of stuff. Let me give you some safety tips this morning, okay? Give you some safety tips so you can pass on to other folks. Tell them, do not plug in those space heaters into an extension cable, okay? Extension cord. Nope. They do not. Those space heaters should be plugged directly into the wall, because it pulls a lot of current and could cause some house fires, okay? And we're going to talk about house fire. The Escambia County just added another bulb to their reef. Okay, the fourth bulb. That means they had the fourth house fire of the season, and we'll talk about that also a little bit later on into this broadcast as well. Okay, so be sure to do that. Also, while I'm on the subject of base heaters and fires, double check, okay? Double check your fire alarm, okay? Your fire alarm, to make sure that the batteries is good on it and it's in working condition. If you don't have any, they only cost $5 or $6 if you have to buy a new one, and probably. They probably cheaper than the battery that you have to buy for them. But anyway, most of them got 9-volt battery. If you don't, check the batteries in it. 9-volt battery. If it's twerking, y'all, you know it's not working. If it's twerking, it is not working. Okay, so double check that to see, so you can stay safe this summer. Okay, this winter. Stay safe this winter. So make sure you do not plug in those heaters in there. Okay. Also, you might want to. When you turn your heater on, it's probably late now. You probably turn your heater on, but sometime over the summer, it raises the dust and stuff. You know, we got dust and stuff on the coils and so forth. So it may be a good idea. Okay, maybe a good idea if you were to check the that stuff, so it for nothing to get hot, and something that would catch a fire. Okay, something that would catch a fire. You probably need to check on that. Okay, all right, y'all. So this is my safety tip. This is my safety tip for you. Okay, it is my safety tip for you. Now, if you're looking at us on social media, all right, I want you to share. I want you to share on social media. Okay, so that you have friends that I don't have, so they'll get a chance to look at this show. I want to say good morning to Miss Lois Pruitt this morning. She got her coffee. Good morning, Miss Lois. See, you got your coffee. She's up in St. Louis, Missouri, y'all. And smells like a good cup of coffee, y'all. I get 1 cup a day. But anyway, get your coffee with me. So good morning, Miss Lois Pruitt. And my main man, DJ Chill Wheel, this morning. Yeah, Chill Wheel is going to be having coming in January 2026. We got some great things going on. DJ Chill Wheel is going to have his video program on, a music video program on. Chill is out of Mobile, Alabama. He will be on WBQP TV and WBQP Radio, y'all. Yep, WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. So we're going to be looking forward to that, okay? Looking forward to that. All right, good morning, everybody. I just want to say you make sure that you check on other folks, okay? Make sure everybody is warm, safe, and secure. All right, let's see what we got going on in the news around the city, around the county, around the state, and around the country. And also, you may hear the headline that it might be affecting us around the world, like that earthquake that hit Japan the other day. So we do report in the world news, like the shooting in Australia. Okay, now here's the rules. All right, here's the rule, y'all. I'm just gonna give you basic headlines. Okay, basic headlines. So it's your job, if you want to get details. I wish I could give you the details, and maybe I can get, if y'all know any budding starving journalists out there that want to do a news show on with me every morning, they can do that. Yeah, I want to be like ABC News. You know, they had the most prettiest men and women you ever want to see reporting the news. But anyhow, you got any budding reporters out there that want to create a news show, and maybe we can do it more professionally. We can do it like Channel 3. But right now, you just got me. You stuck with me. So I'm just going to give you the headlines. So you got to go to your newspaper. You got to go to your regular news TV station, whether it's your local station or your national news, to get the details behind everything. I just want to just give you enough information just to be dangerous. That's so you can talk about it officially. Let's go wide and come back in narrow, if you will. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on the national scene. First thing I want to report this morning, y'all remember the singer Carl Carlton, okay? The singer Carl Carlton. Yep. The Bad Mama Jamma Carl Carlton. Yep, the Bad Mama Jamma Carl Carlton. Well, Carl Carlton passed on yesterday, okay? Carl Carlton in R&B heaven, okay? He's in blues heaven right now. So that is one of the news that is on the national news. That's on the on the front there. Also, what's hitting in the national news this morning, headline the national news, Rob Reiner. Y'all remember Rob Reiner? Rob Reiner, okay, let me see here. I'm not having any audio over on my radio side, and somebody said, what's the problem over there? I got it now. Okay. All right, I got the audio over on the radio side of the house. But anyway, Rob Reiner, if you remember, All in the Family, called Archie Bunker, Edith Bunker, he played as Archie Bunker's son-in-law, and Archie Bunker affectionately called him Meathead. Okay, well, Ron Reiner, he has been a producer and a director of movies for years. He's had many movies. When Somebody Met Sally, A Few Good Men. He produced some great movies over the years. Well, he and his wife was found dead in their home this Sunday, and now they had charged his son, his 32-year-old son, with his murder. Okay, his 32-year-old son had been charged with his murder, and so you may want to get some details about that as well. Another issue on the national scene, this happened in D.C., and y'all make sure you be careful. A father, this happened to be, and I'm saying that in there now because he was a black father. He fell asleep he was at an Airbnb, and he fell asleep in a hot tub, had his toddler in his arms, and when he woke up, the toddler had drowned. Okay, the toilet has drowned. So, gosh, I can't think of anything any worse than that. So make sure that you be careful about that. Also, on the national scene, the flu cases this time of year, the flu cases on the rise nationwide and as well as statewide. So know that and protect yourself and be careful. It's still not unpopular to wear masks if you got the flu, or even if you don't have the flu, so you don't contract it. Okay, so if you got a mask, go ahead and put your mask on and wear your mask. Okay, a little bit of state news I want to report. The Powerball. Okay, the Powerball, y'all. This is news. I'm telling you now. Like I told you before, everything is news now. Even weather is news. And now the lottery is news because this is the Powerball. I believe it's a Powerball. It might be a different one, but it doesn't matter. The lottery is over $1 billion, and I don't usually play until it gets to that number. I guess I don't need that kind of money, and maybe that wasn't enough money for me to play, but it is now. It's over $1 billion. So please play the lottery, okay? You might have the best Christmas that you ever had, okay? You might have the best Christmas. I said the best Christmas that you ever had, okay? Yes, sir. So you don't want to do it. You know, wow. Saying that now, I'm not trying to promote any business where you can buy your lottery, but facts are facts, okay? Facts are facts. And Publix, okay, has been tied to lottery wins, okay? A lot of wins, 3 Powerballs, okay? Yep, they've been tied to 3 Powerballs, so I don't know. Trust me, I'm not promoting public. But what I am saying is, get your Powerball where you get your Powerballs, okay? And hopefully that you might get lucky, okay? You might get lucky. All right, now let's go on the local scene. Again, as I was saying earlier, before on the local scene, the fire department had just added another bulb, if you will, to their red, what they call a red bulb. That meaning that they had another house fire that went on, and I think this house fire is in Brownsfield, and I keep telling you, be careful about this winter with space heaters and so forth. But this fire happened to be cooking related, okay, and it was in like a kind of like an apartment building unit, if you will, and it has displaced several families, okay, all because of a cooking incident. So again, you hear it from Vernon this morning. Be careful out there as you're cooking, okay? There's been a lot of controversy about what they're going to do with the old Baptist Hospital property, and there's several news stories surrounding that information. Number one is that the city council has ran into a lot of issues, and so they kind of had to put the brakes on what they intend to do with that property at the Baptist Hospital thing. So they had a contentious meeting last Thursday, I believe it was, and so we need to talk about that. I'm going to have Delarian on and let him talk about that. Maybe I can get him today, but I doubt it. But I'm going to have him to talk about that as well, okay? So those are some issues. But another issue that came up about that property is that they got some beautiful oak trees around that property. And some of these trees are hundreds of years old. And so therefore, they are concerned about them cutting down those trees or cutting back those trees. Remember, we had the same issue last week about another set of trees that the city came in and cut down in a park and caused some controversy and so forth. But this is the same thing. So you got a group of people are very concerned about cutting those trees down at the city, okay, and on that property as well. Let me turn the page. I'm gonna come back to that in just a minute about the controversy about it, but I want to go to the next topic here. They had a Pensacola black man. He had been sentenced. He had to. It was a black man because they always reported being a black man. If it wasn't black, they just say Pensacola man sentenced for fentanyl distribution and firearms. So, but this just happened to be a brother, okay? And so, just know that. Just know that. Again, that fire displaced some folks. Let me move on. There are going to be some improvements, y'all, down at the Bay City, Bay Center, downtown. They're going to unveil some plans on how the Pensacola Bay Center, what they're going to do and how to improve. They've been talking about that for a long time, and now they got as Trump would say, they got a concept of a plan now on how they planning to do that as well. What also come up on the local, which is going to be impacting this is going to be impacting a lot of people. Pensacola company, if you will, a DNA company, is under suspect and under fire now for producing what we call bad data. Okay, they created some bad data on DNA data, and this affected a lot of cases. And so it caused that company, that the local law enforcement officers here in Pensacola and also in Santa Rosa County, they are going to be, it's going to be under review, because the company that they was using has come under scrutiny as having using some bad data, and that's going to affect a lot of cases that go back decades. And so if you have somebody in the system, okay, have been accused or found guilty of information, you might want to keep an eye on that subject. You might want to keep an eye on that subject. Alrighty. As I say, make sure that you stay warm. The weather is deadly. They reported a individual was one death, if you will, reported around the Fairfield and I believe it was Fairfield and Palafox area as a result of the cold, freezing weather. But there are shelters open all around town. So if you know of anybody that's homeless, or the new term is unhoused, and don't have anywhere to go, these shelters are available to take people in during this freezing weather. So if you're out there milling around, make sure you help your fellow man. That's all I'm asking you to do, is help your fellow man. There's a campaign on this holiday, and you remember those slogans and they talked about that Florida used to have called Arrive Alive. But this one is focusing on impaired driving, okay? And it don't necessarily, impaired driving mean more than just drunk driving, okay? You can be impaired by drugs, you can be impaired by legal medicine, you can be impaired by a lot of things, okay? And so there's a campaign going on in Northwest Florida to enforce impaired driving. So you might experience a little bit more tick of people being pulled over if they're suspected of that, okay? They had the Christmas parade this weekend, and everybody had a good time at the Christmas parade. But guess what else coming up? Parade coming up. Mark your calendars. The MLK parade is coming up on in January, and also the Mardi Gras parade is coming up for 20. These are 2026 items that you need to put on your list. Okay, and I think I told you earlier about the flu cases is on the rise nationwide. Okay, flu cases on the rise, and it is also true here in Escambia County. Other local news is that the Hawkshaw area. I know you know what I'm talking about down there by the park over there, the Maritime Park. They're getting a facelift, and they got some designs out now that what it might look like. This probably including this new proposed Hard Rock Hotel that they plan to put down there. You know how time changes. Y'all remember Hawkshaw, what it used to be, but look what it is now, or what it's going to be. Same thing is happening in Belmont and the Village. These are traditional areas where we normally have lived, but now we're being displaced, and now we're being gentrified and so forth. And I think that's one of the serious issues that they're dealing with the Baptist hospital area. And also, not only that, remember the issue about redoing Fricker Center and all that kind of stuff. So in that whole area there, the black community is very concerned about whether or not it's going to be gentrified. And no doubt in my mind, it will be. Okay, but if you don't want it to happen, now is the time to speak up. They're also building them, and I think they just had a grand opening, or will have a grand opening on a new elementary school in Myrtle Grove. Okay, and if that affects you, you might want to check it out about the new middle school that opened in Myrtle Grove. And it is Christmas time. Christmas is less than 10 days away. Okay, tomorrow, Thursday week, and 7 days, I guess, 9 days, I guess. Thursday week is be Christmas Day, y'all. But if you want to get into the Christmas spirit, and a lot of folks get into the Christmas spirit, and they go around town and they look at the lights on different houses and so forth, and people go all out about the houses and the lights and stuff like that, and they go and the city Reuben always have a great light show and so forth. But better than that, if you want to go and see some lights, the Blue Wahoo Stadium is turned into a holiday lighting affair that you might want to take the kids to see, and grown folks alike. They also love new lighting. Okay, now if you looking for a Christmas gift, okay, maybe you want to consider a pet. Okay, maybe you want to consider a pet, but a lot of responsibility coming with pet. But they have pets. Go to the pet shelters, if you will. They got pets available for adoption. So if you're going to give a live Christmas gift, then you may want to consider getting a pet, adopting a cat, a dog, or an alligator, whatever they got available for you, whatever suits your fancy here. And maybe you want to get a service animal. Maybe you want to get a comfort animal. Okay, to protect. But pets is one of the things, and they got a lot of pets that you can go to the local shelters and get without spending a whole lot of money. Okay, a whole lot of money. So you can do that as well. Okay, and make sure you tell them you heard right here. And the last thing on my agenda is, and this just somewhat of a breaking news. They found a man near I believe it was close to the Jim Allen School. They found him dead either early this morning, late last night, or early this morning. But they suspect that it was a result of self-inflicted wounds and so forth. All right, y'all. So that covers a little bit of news that I know about. I'm sure that there are a lot of other topics, if you will, that I missed, but that's okay. That's all right. If I missed them, we will pick it up tomorrow. Okay, we'll pick it up tomorrow. But anyway, y'all tell everybody that Vernon is on this morning. I got my coffee cup. We're gonna have some good information to pass on to you today. There's also, we're going to be talking about jobs. Hopefully we can talk to the mayor's office. We hopefully we're going to be talking to Jerry McIntosh this morning. We got a lot going on this morning, so y'all make sure that you tell everybody Vernon is on this morning. So coffee with Vernon, and if you want to know what's going on around town, we'll talk about it. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to keep talking about it until everybody knows how to get me, okay, when we return. I'll be right back after these messages.
Some mobile companies make it hard to get a good deal. But at Cox Mobile, we know there's a better way to save. A smarter way. That's why we run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability without breaking the bank. You'll pay as low as $30 per line. It's a win-win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Looking to start a career or change your current career? Pensacola State College is the place for you. Choose from short-term, high-demand career and technical education programs ranging from commercial vehicle driving to medical assisting. Call 850-484-2000.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home has been in business since 1913. Hi, I'm David Hawkins, the owner of Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, saying we are a full-service funeral home. We offer pre-need funeral planning. We have a newly remodeled chapel and conference facility. Stop by and see us today. We have 9 vehicles, all waiting to service you. At Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, we appreciate your stopping by. On behalf of all of our family here at Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, thank you so much for allowing our family to serve you.
Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street, Pensacola, Florida. Gentlemen, fine clothing at an affordable price. Suits starting at $139. Dress, shoes, hats, and accessories. Here at Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida. Call today at 429-7146, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida.
All right, good morning, Pensacola. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir, we got Vernon this morning doing this thing. Y'all tell everybody that we're on, and if you don't know how to get us, make sure that you tell everybody how to get it. It's very, very easy to get us this morning, okay? Very easy. And what I tell folks to do is if you got a browser, anything, you just tell them to check it out, because you can just get us at a whim there. This is the number. Just go to your browser, just type in rdo.to/WBQP. All right, rdo.to/WBQP. Okay, and you are able to get us anytime, anywhere, in the palm of your hand. And I need to take a few minutes to talk about how we are going to, how you can get us. Okay, you can get us everywhere. I want you to get up in the morning and we'll be able. We also lot, because some people don't have radios in the house. Like I don't have a radio in my house. It's amazing. You think they should tell you for at least you can keep an emergency radio, portable radio in your house in case of a hurricane, a case of power outage, something like that. You can know a battery operated radio. But traditionally, some people don't have radios in the house. Some people do. You still got AM, FM radio. You're not going to find me on a traditional radio, okay? But you will find me on television, okay? You can look at us on Channel 12, look at us on Roku TV, you can look at us on Fire TV, you can look at us on Apple TV, look at us on Samsung TV, and on the whole works. If you got a television set, just over the air, with an antenna, just an over the air feature, you can get us on here and tell everybody on. Okay, if you don't have any of that, we are also on Alexa. Okay, also on Alexa. It may not be working right now. I think they still working on it because the station. Remember, we got a brand new radio station and we got a TV station, and sometimes it looks like it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the new WBQP radio and the WBQP TV right now, because I simulcast on both stations. Okay, I simulcast on both stations this show. So you got WBQP radio and WBQP TV. Now the new WBQP radio is what you're going to have to get used to, and a little bit different than traditional radio, okay? Because I have what I call radio you can see, okay? Radio you can see. You're going to be able to see the music, you're going to be able to see the artist, you're going to be able to see the DJ, you're going to be able to see everything that happens on this radio station, okay? It's unlike your traditional radio where you can only hear, folks. But with the new WBQP TV radio, what I call the WBQP radio, is that radio you can see, but it's gonna be a little different than the TV station. The TV station has regular programming on it. We have sitcoms and different kind of local shows and stuff like that on the WBQP television station. And if you get your app, if you can put that, you see that, if you can see that link I got up there, and I'm going to show you what the app looked like on your phone. This is what the app looked like on your phone, okay? You see that? I got two apps there. One say WBQP TV radio, one say WBQP. Either one of them get you either way, okay? Either one of them will get you the TV station or the radio station, or vice versa, okay? And so you might want to make sure that you look at that. Download those apps. Go to your Play Store. If you got an Apple item, you got an Apple phone, or you got an Android phone, just go to your Play Store and download those apps, and tell your friends about it as well, and tell your friends how to download these apps and so forth, okay? And so you can get this station anytime that you want to. And if you in your car, well, you got two options to listen to us in the car. You can listen to a car over your phone. Like I say, this you got everything you ever want in the palm of your hand. Ain't nothing you cannot do with this phone, okay? With a smartphone, you got it in the palm of your hand. But you can listen to it if you want to on your radio and put it over the speaker. You can Bluetooth it over your speaker, just like you would a radio player. But if not, if you plug in your phone and if you got CarPlay, autoplay, or what they call Android Auto, or CarPlay, you're going to still be able to get this station, because we are also on CarPlay and Auto Android. So there is no reason in the world, if you're in your office, when you get to work and you're in your office and everybody got a computer, and don't let the boss see you listening to it, but just tune in, just put that number in that browser, rdo.to/WBQP, then you still be able to hear us throughout the day. If you want to listen to the radio station, you could on that, or you can go directly to the TV and sneak in your favorite WBQP TV show in there. Now, having said all that, now one of the most powerful issues that we have is that we got social media. You got Facebook, and you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got TikTok. We are also on those platforms as well. So we're on Facebook right now. We're on YouTube right now, so you can always look it up that way. Most folks are comfortable with Facebook and YouTube. In fact, most folks do that better than I can because I'm not too much. People DM me something, text me. I say text me, just let me know. I'm old school, but some people are so into this new concept of social media. So we're on there as well. So everybody knows that if they miss us any other kind of way, they can't get us any other kind of way, particularly this morning show, just tell them to go to Facebook or YouTube and they'll be able to get us, okay? Just Facebook and YouTube, and you still be able to get us. All right? And so I just want you to know that we are available anytime, anywhere. Okay? Anytime, anywhere. Right? Anytime, anywhere is what my mantra is saying. Okay? Anytime, anywhere. All right, y'all. Now, one of the things I promised you that with the attack on Black history, we're going to do some Black history vignettes, if you will. We're going to do some Black history vignette. So I'm going to do some Black history vignette, and when I come back, I want to talk about some community news that is going on in our city. Okay, so you can know what's happening in our city. All right. So I'll be right back after we talk about some Black history, y'all.
In 1965, President Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act, bringing down one of the last legal vestiges of Jim Crow segregation. Just 5 days later, an altercation between an unarmed black man and the police sparked riots on the streets of Watts, a predominantly black neighborhood in Los Angeles. The riots revealed that America still faced deep racial issues, and in the coming years, urban unrest roiled cities across the nation.
Dr. King's message of nonviolence wore thin as the 1960s progressed, particularly because violence is everywhere.
As race relations deteriorated, Stokely Carmichael, a young, charismatic, electrifying speaker, was searching for a new way to reframe the civil rights struggle. And he found it through one resonant metaphor.
It's time we stand up and take over. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. We want black power. We want black power. We want black power.
The civil rights movement had been extraordinarily successful, but there has not necessarily been the tangible transformation in black people's living conditions. Carmichael is making an argument that only black power will take black people to that next level.
Hey, what do you want? That's what we gonna get.
The effect is electrifying. Soon after, black power groups were organizing across the country, each with their own idea about what the phrase actually meant.
You had everybody from those that are saying, yes, let's go for elected office, to those that say, let's overthrow the government.
It called for self-determination. It called for an end to nonviolence as the only strategy of the Black movement.
Looking back, Black Power marked a startling shift in the civil rights movement and in the evolution of Black consciousness.
Black Power is really going to inspire a whole new wave of Black elected officials and inspire the Black arts movement, using culture to transform what we think of as Black identity, proud, strong Black women and men.
Black, the word that for decades so many African Americans most dreaded being called, almost overnight became both a battle cry and a badge of honor.
Alrighty, y'all. I just want to say, please pass on to your children Black history. They're taking it out of the schools. They're burning the books. So it's up to us to educate our children and ourselves about our history. You know, Black History Month is coming up in February, where we get a chance to celebrate Black history as we always do on an annual basis, and that is under attack. Okay, that is under attack. All right, you remember I said I was going to talk a little bit about some community news, and I am going to talk about some community news right now. Okay. First, before I go, I just want to, before I get to I want to talk about the MLK parade, but I want to talk about it last so I can get the information in. Okay, but what I want to show you here is that on the news itself, some community news. The Gospel Soul Fest, okay? The Gospel Soul Fest is coming up in January, okay? That's community news. Gospel Soul Fest, January the 4th, okay? January the 4th, Dr. Eddie Snell and the Power Ministry of Michael Dees, which is hosting along with Divine Harmony AES Production. So get your tickets down. Tickets $30 in advance. You know, to donate $30 in advance to $35 at the door. And you know, I think you're going to be at the First Baptist Church. Okay, at the First Baptist Church in Warrenton. First Baptist Church in Warrenton. All right, now let me get to. I think that was it for that. Let me get to the MLK. Okay, can I get to the MLK news? All right, the MLK news. You know, this is going to be our 37th. Okay, our 37th annual parade, and it's going to be on Monday, January the 19th. And please, we need your registration now. Okay, they accepting registration, I think, until the end of December. And now, if you don't get in, it might cost you more. They've been really nice about not charging you more, but we got a deadline we have to meet. So please register for the MLK parade. You go online. It's online. We send out letters. We got sent out emails, and the parade registration forms. We got them around town. So give them a call. Just give them a call at what I call the MLK hotline. Okay, the MLK hotline is what number I had there for the MLK hotline. Let's see here. MLK hotline is 850. Okay, 850-378-9242. 850-378-9242. Okay, what I call the MLK hotline. All right. So make sure that you sign up and get that MLK registration form in. Okay, get that registration form in. Okay, at this number here, 850-378-9242. 850-378-9242. Okay, you can tell them that you heard it right here on Vernon this morning. Okay, now I want to go back to the parade. We got certain rules in the parade. Now we want you to, number one, act nice and play nice down there. Okay, you got to, once you get the registration form, you need to sign the form. But one of the things that we wanted to make sure that if you're going to be in the parade, that we want no music that being playing explicit or profane language. Please, this is a day of honor and a day of respect. Okay, day of honor and day of respect for the MLK parade. Okay, day of honor and day of respect. So we don't want to be disrespectful at all to the parade. Now let me give you the lineup of the week. Mike Keenan and whomever else that may be listening to this, have the MLCCC to get me the official information about the MLK weekend. Well, I need the information on the MLK youth program, which is always on a Thursday at 7 o'clock. And I think it's going to be at the Greater Little Rock Church. I'm not sure. Good morning, Miss Mary Carlson. How you doing? And also, it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be the prayer breakfast as we normally do. Last year we had it at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church. And Saturday night, it has not associated with the MLK CCC, but they also, excuse me, they also will have the Living the Dream event at the Brownview Community Center. So you might want to get information about that if you want tickets for that as well. And on Sunday afternoon, we're going to have the MLK religious programming, religious programming. That usually starts around 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And I think last year we also had that at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church. And we had the prayer breakfast at the Greater Little all those activities was at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church. They might rotate it this year, I'm not sure, but we will pass it on to you to let you know where exactly it's going to be. Of course, on Monday we got 3 parades on Monday, y'all. 3 parades on Monday. We got the Milton Parade, which is going to be happening at 9 o'clock in downtown Milton on Stewart Street. And also, they are going to be doing their, what they call the block party, the MLK block party down at Chesapeake Park. I believe it's Chesapeake Park they're doing the block party at, okay? So Saturday. Also, the Pensacola Parade, that's what I'm speaking of now, will also start at 11 o'clock, okay? And we are going to be doing it live, WBQP TV. We are also using Blab TV. That's the WBQP parade. I only use Blab. Blab is not sponsoring this parade. WBQP always sponsors the parade. But I use and pay Blab to make sure that this parade is spread all over the Gulf Coast, okay? That's on my part. No. So I want to give Blab credit for helping me for the production of the parade, but it's actually a WBQP TV parade, and it's going to be broadcast live on WBQP TV and and Blab TV. We're going to simulcast it live. If you're unable to come downtown, see the parade, and many people are unable to get downtown. You might be sick, you might be shut in, you might be elderly, or you might be at work, many different things, or you might have a doctor, many different things, but you still be able to see the parade. And again, if you got one of these, you'll be able to see it wherever you are, even if you're sitting on the toilet that day all morning. So you still be able to see it if you choose to do that, okay? If you choose to do that as well. But we want folks to come downtown and view it live. That's where the fun is when you're downtown. Also, we're looking for vendors. Okay, we're looking for vendors to participate. If you got a food truck or whatever you got, we're looking for vendors to feed the hungry down there. Okay, so you have an opportunity to make some money down there. So call the MLK hotline 850-378 if you want to register for the parade, or if you want to be a vendor of the parade. That basically the hotline will give you all the information you want to. Or you can go to the website. Just look up the MLK Parade website. MLK Parade website. Commissioner Lumen May is going to be our Grand Marshal this year. Okay, Lumen May is going to be the Grand Marshal. I want to backtrack a little bit about the parade. We were doing it live. Myself and Linda Sunshine Moore and Mike. Jim Roberts is going to be hosting the show. Sunshine, we had Sue for many years. We had Sue for the parade. Miss Shakita Payne is on the phone there. Miss Shakita, are you trying to log on?
Yes.
You're having some issues?
I'm gonna have to do it on my phone.
Okay. All right. Just stand by, Sugar, then. I got you on the phone. Just stand by. Y'all, I got Miss Shakita Payne on the phone, but let me finish my point about the parade.
Okay.
Okay. Just stand by, Miss Shakita, okay? Stand by.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, we just to go back and sum up about the parades. Okay, we got 3 parades going on, and let me add a 4th parade because they do something over in Okaloosa County. We don't forget about our friends over in Okaloosa County as well because they view this show and as well. So they're having their MLK event over in Okaloosa County as well. So Okaloosa County, over in the Fort Walton Beach and the Crestview area are doing their thing, and also folks in Santa Rosa County over in Milton doing their thing, and we over here in Escambia County, we're gonna do our thing. We got 3 distinct parades. We got the Milton Parade, we got the Pensacola Parade, and we got the Cantonment Parade, and we all want it to be respectful and so forth. Okay, so tell everybody that we are going to be doing it live, and as I say, it's going to be hosted this year by myself, and I know Miss Mamie Hickson would get mad because she said, well, when you speak in proper English, you use yourself as the last one. But anyway, Linda Sunshine, we have Sue Strong, but this year Sue is not going to be here, so we're going to be using Miss Linda Sunshine Moore of Blab TV on Sunshine Corner. If you hadn't seen Sunshine's show, she comes on right after after this program goes off at 9 o'clock. So when you leave here, you might want to tune over to Blab, okay? Go over to Blab and look at Linda Sunshine Moore's show, what she calls Sunshine Corner on Blab TV, and it comes on every day at 9 a.m. Every day, and she has some interesting guests and so forth. So we want you to know that. And I think it repeats again at 6 o'clock, but I'm not exactly sure. I want to have Linda on, so we're going to talk about her show. I call Linda the local Oprah. Okay, so but anyway, she's going to help host the MLK parade this year. And Luma May is our Grand Marshal. All right, y'all. I gotta get to Miss Shakita Payne. She's been patiently waiting here. She want to tell us about some jobs at ECUA. Shakita, I jolly pies, if you will, for having you waiting here because I know you're a very busy woman. How you doing this morning?
Yes, I'm good. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Good to hear from you. I would love to have seen you, but I know I would hear your voice. I'd take it any day of the week and twice on Sunday if I can't see you.
Well, I appreciate that. We're going to work on trying to get the video going next time.
Okay, not a problem. So we still, like I said, we still trying to get everything together on this end because this show is relatively a new show. I'm trying to pick up where Robert Hill left off at, okay? And so we got some growing pains as well. So, but I want to welcome you to this show. So because people have been listening to you for a long time, and they expect you to come on Tuesday at around this time so they can find out what's going on in the job world at ECUA. Because you introduce yourself again to your folks and tell them who you are, and maybe for the new folks that hadn't heard. I can't imagine anybody hadn't heard of you though. But talk to me.
Sure. Well, I'm Shakita Payne. I'm a senior HR generalist with ECUA. So pretty much I do the recruiting, the interviewing. You'll probably see me at different job fairs. I'm just, there to promote the jobs that we have at ECUA.
Okay. All righty then.
So, and we have, of course, quite a few jobs. One thing I do want to mention is to apply for jobs at ECUA, you do have to go to our website to put in an application. Our website is www.ecua.fl.gov.
Okay.
So you would go to our website, you would click on the careers tab, click on current opportunities, and then you'll see all the jobs that we have open right now. And we do have quite a few positions open right now. Most of our jobs are trainee positions. So if you are actually looking for a position, not really sure what you want to do, but you may have experience with, working with tools, working outside, just looking for something to kind of get yourself started. ECUA is a great place to start. Again, just taking a look at our website. For example, right now we have a mechanical craft worker position that's open, and it could also go into an industrial plant mechanic. So pretty much in this position, you would, as a mechanical craft worker, that's the trainee position, you would come in and learn the different maintenance on how to do the maintenance for industrial plant equipment. So you would work at one of our water reclamation facilities, learn how to repair pumps, gearboxes, mixers, conveyor belts, things of that nature. And again, it's a trainee position, so they're going to bring you in and help you learn how to do some of these things. Of course, again, just having some experience as a mechanic helper or being a mechanic yourself, that will definitely be a big plus for you for this position. It does have a career progression, so therefore you can go from the mechanical craft worker and move your way up in the position to an industrial plant mechanic 1, 2, 3, up to a senior level supervisor. So you have several opportunities to be able to advance within this position.
Wow. So what you're saying is you may not need a lot of experience, so you can train people to do certain jobs.
Right. Quite a few of our positions always start as a trainee. So they're going to definitely train you on how to do the job, how to work with certain tools. But it's always a big plus when you come in having the knowledge of knowing what type of tools, knowing how to be able to help, doing something. Whether you were a mechanic, maybe you worked on equipment at your home, worked on your own vehicle, things of that nature, that will definitely help you because you do have that knowledge and that aptitude to be able to go in and knowing how to fix something. So for them to be able to train you on how to fix our equipment should come easy for you.
Yeah, wow, wow. These are not just jobs, artists. Aren't these careers?
Most definitely. They are definitely careers because you can definitely advance to higher positions. You will be a part of the Florida retirement system. As you hear me saying, our website, fl.gov, we are a governmental entity. So you will be a part of the Florida retirement system. You will put 3% into your retirement. And of course, this is a position where you can, stay for however long you want.
Wow, wow. Now you also have jobs that some of these jobs require experience and everything. So these are maybe high level paying jobs as well.
Right. We have so many different positions at ECUA. We have anything from customer service all the way to project engineers. So if you know someone who's just graduated, a lot of students have just graduated college. If you know someone who's looking for an engineering position, take a look at ECUA. We have those positions as well, higher level positions, have positions in our IT department. Um, all over. So, it's really the best thing is to look at our website to see what we have available and, go ahead, go for it, apply for it. You won't know until you try.
Absolutely. Give them that website again so that they can have time to sit down and write it down here, say it a couple of times, and
Sure.
also give them some people old school and they say, well, I need to talk to somebody. Is that a contact number that they need to write down?
Sure. The website again is www.ecua.fl for Florida .gov for government. So www.ecua.florida.gov.
Okay. If you get the time, if you remember the day out of your busy schedule, text me that website, and I will
Yes.
have next week. I will have a graphics already ready for that because some people are visual and some people are a little bit
Yes.
slower about writing stuff down and remembering that website so they can see it for themselves.
Sure.
Also, is there a number
Sure.
that they can call as well?
Sure. You can give a call to our Employee Relations Division. That number is 850-969-3370.
Okay. One
That
more
will get
time.
you right to our HR department. And again, that is 850-969-3370.
Okay. Now, if one wants to know about jobs, y'all pass it on. Jobs is certainly vital in our community. So you pass it on. If you don't need a job, somebody you may know that need a job. So please pass this information on to other people that might need some employment. But you might want to change careers yourself, or you might want to change jobs yourself. You want to talk about the difference between a career and a job before I let you go?
Sure. So when you're thinking about a career versus a job is a position that you're coming to that you're not really thinking of sticking around for. You're just needing a job to maybe catch up on some bills, maybe, just needing a little bit of money for right now, but you're not really looking at keeping this position forever. Whereas a career, you're looking at the long end. You're looking at the benefits that they're offering. You're looking at the retirement that's being offered. You're a part of those different programs that they're having. And as you're in your position, you're looking at the ways that you can advance within the company. So that's why I always say we have career opportunities available, because we want people to look at ECUA as a place where you will be able to have a long-term career, not just a job. We want you to stay with us. We want you to reap the benefits, get the retirement, get your time off, vacation time, earn your sick leave time. We have different programs available for our employees. For example, those who may not have finished school, if you're looking to go back to school, we have a tuition reimbursement where we will help you pay for that. So several opportunities. So you always want to look for that career. Sometimes we may not know exactly what career we want to go to, but ECUA has several opportunities, and we give you that opportunity to see what we have available. You apply for a position. You may like the position if you're, accepted and offered a job. You may like it, and of course that could turn into a career for you. So definitely always strive for the careers.
Yeah, you was talking about
Don't
jobs.
look at your opportunity as just a job. Look at it as a career.
Yeah, do you have temporary positions at UCA from time to time?
From time to time, we do. We have our utility service techs. That is one of the positions that we have open right now, and it's in our regional services division. They have 3 different areas, one in the east area, west area, and south. Right now, we are looking for people in our south region, which is out in Warrington. And pretty much for that position, while it is posted on our website, they do like to go through Landrum to find candidates as well. So as a Landrum employee, of course, you would come on as a temp employee. But if you're doing everything, you're following instructions, you're catching on, you're learning, they will be more apt to hire you, even though you're a temp, just bring you on as a permanent employee and turn that job from just a job through Landrum to a career with ECUA.
Okay.
So, definitely take a look at that position as well. It's called Utility Service Tech Trainee, and it's on our website right now. You would apply for the position, and then we could pull your application and send it to Landrum. Therefore, instead of going through a normal interview, your position through Landrum would kind of be your interview. It's more of like an on-the-job type interview, just to see how well you're catching on, how well you're learning, how well you're paying attention. And if you're doing great in all of those areas, they'll be more apt to bring you on board permanently.
Okay. Well, very good. Sounds good. It sounds good to me. Now, for the last thing, and I know I'll let you go, but tell them about the advantages and the benefits. These jobs has benefits as well.
Yes, indeed. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, we are a governmental entity. So to me, the best benefit I think that we probably have would be the Florida retirement. Sometimes we don't think about our retirement, but with ECUA, you get to start it very early, and you're only putting in 3% to your retirement. ECUA will make a contribution as well. And I say a contribution because we don't do a match 3% for 3%. Our contribution is a little bit more than that. So you have that opportunity to actually see your retirement grow. Of course, we also offer your health, dental, and vision, life insurance. You get to earn your vacation time, your sick leave time, as a brand new employee, all of brand new employees earn 8 hours of vacation time a month, 10 hours of sick leave a month. And then, of course, that can grow over time. We have the tuition reimbursement program. We have a wellness program for all of our employees. Several opportunities are available at ECUA. You just cannot beat the benefits that we have. So again, take a look at our website to just see what we have available, and if something piques your interest, definitely put in an application. You won't know until you try. So again, our website is www.ecua.fl for Florida.gov for government. You would click on careers, then current opportunities, and you'll see the positions that we have available. And of course, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to give me a call. Again, that number is 850-969-3370.
All right, Shakita, great. Now, don't worry, she'll be here every week, y'all. So you can find out what's going on, the newest jobs and so forth. So we want, out of sight is out of mind. So we're gonna keep these jobs in your face, so that now you need the job and ECUA needs you. So that might be a match that made in heaven. Who knows? So
who knows? That's right.
Okay.
And even if you're not looking, but you know someone who's looking, definitely pass the information along.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shakita, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next week, same place, same time, and and thank you again, okay? And hopefully we get our video.
Right,
maybe we get our video together by that time, so we can see that pretty face of yours, okay?
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too now. All right, y'all. That's Miss Shakita.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. That's Miss Shakita Payne, y'all. Miss Shakita Payne with the ECUA with jobs and careers. She's in the HR area, and folks, if you're looking for a job or you're looking for a career, ECUA is certainly a place you might want to consider. Not only that, the city of Pensacola has jobs. Okay, the state of Florida has jobs. Florida Power and Lights has jobs. Jobs all over the place. We're also going to be getting with Esterosa. They have a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunities around the city, so we will have them to report in on what available jobs that they have as well. All right, y'all, hopefully around the 8 o'clock time frame, we'll be hoping to be talking to the city of Pensacola and also with Jerry McIntosh. I think Cliff is going to be on instead of the mayor this morning. Hopefully he'll be checking in with us and finding out what's happening around the city of Pensacola, what I call talking with the excuse me, the mayor's corner. I'm going to go to a commercial break, but when I come back, we're going to be doing some more good stuff, okay? Stay tuned.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors. All when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Singing telegram! Happy, happy holiday cash scratch-offs. That looks like a great gift for everyone on my list, including me.
Oh, watch out! The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
Are you searching for a great bank in Pensacola? Your search ends here with Bank of Pensacola. At Bank of Pensacola, we go beyond just being a bank. We prioritize exceptional customer service to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're interested in our checking or savings accounts, CDs, IRAs, or auto and home loans, or even credit cards, we have the perfect solutions for you. Visit us today for more information.
Are you looking to start your education or to change careers? Pensacola State College is the place for you. We offer bachelor's degrees, 2-year degrees, career certificates, and more, ranging from nursing to welding. Apply today. PensacolaState.edu.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy in Pensacola today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, Pensacola, good morning. You got Vernon this morning. Thank you. And tell everybody that Vernon is on. Okay, tell everybody Vernon is on. Hopefully we're going to be talking to the mayor's office today, Mr. Cliff Collins, I believe. I think he's a deputy city manager. The mayor is out of town today, and hopefully we'll be on in just a few minutes and talking about him. And also talking to Jerry McIntosh a little bit about what's going on in the political scene around town and around Escambia County and around the state. And he's also talking about the national politics as well, y'all. So we're gonna be doing that. Now, while I wait on the mayor to come on, if we don't have any technical issues here, I want to talk to you about safety. Okay, I want to talk to you about safety. I want you to talk to you about checking in. Okay, checking in, y'all. Checking in on your neighbors, your grandparents, so forth. The weather's cold. According to my temperature here on my thermometer says it's 36 degrees outside here in Pensacola, so it's quite cold. And when I got up this morning, it was at freezing, at 32 degrees, freezing. So we want to make sure that people are safe. Okay, make sure that they're safe, and also pass the information on I talked to you about in regards to the safety as far as space heaters and carbon monoxide. One of the things you want to do, make sure that they get a fire alarm, a carbon monoxide alarm. Make sure you put those in your house, okay? In your houses, in particular houses of your elderly parents and elderly neighbors and so forth, in case something do happen, that they are sufficiently enough warned. Okay, they're sufficiently warned, if you will, of that they can get out. And also teach them about get your folks a cell phone. Okay, get your elderly people a cell phone. Flip phones, I know a lot of them got flip phones, but there are what we call Obama phones out there. I don't know what they call them, but but there are certain programs out there that you can get a smartphone for. If you're eligible for it, you can get a smartphone. And for if you meet a certain income level, you can meet a certain age level, whatever. I don't know what all the criteria are. Just like you have Obamacare, you got what we call Obama phones or Trump phones or whatever you want to call them. I don't care. But these are not necessarily flip phones. You can get a phone or a tablet, and I recommend that you get one for your elderly people. Okay, get one for them and teach them how to use it, and make sure that they understand that they can, if trouble arises, okay, they know how to dial 911 on a tablet or on that phone. Okay, on that tablet or on that phone. I want to say good morning to my comrade this morning, Mr. Linnell Johnson, Linnell and Angela Johnson this morning. I said, well, good morning to you. And he got a sister. He has a sister, Miss Mary Morgan. Now, she loved to hate me on the Blues Hound shows. That's my buddy, Miss Mary Morgan, this morning. So, but anyway, if you need a shout out, if you want to, if you have a birthday, Okay, if you got a birthday coming up, or you got an anniversary, special anniversary, and you want me to shout you out, I'll give you a birthday uh, reach out. Okay, I'll give you a birthday shout out if you got a birthday coming up. While I'm on the subject of holidays and days, guess how many shopping days we got before Christmas? If you can do your math, Santa Claus is coming. Okay, tomorrow week. Okay, that's 7 days from now, childrens. Santa Claus is coming. Okay, Christmas Day is next Thursday. Wow, this year has ended so quickly. Well, I thought that, even though in this political environment it has been a very, very, very long year, but otherwise it has been a very short year. Very short year. So if you hadn't brought that Christmas gift, don't do like Robert Hill and myself usually do. We usually go out on Christmas Eve, okay? And we get the leftovers. We go to the drugstores and all the kind of stuff, and you get some good deals on Christmas Eve. We get some really good deals on Christmas Eve, so we buy all our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve, so we can save a lot of money that way. just I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. We can save some money that way. Also, one of the things I always said about I guess I always saying about Black Friday. Why don't they have a Black Friday for the grocery stores? That would be a good idea. It definitely would be a great idea if we had Black Friday for the grocery stores. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know why we don't have that. Wow. I think I got Cliff on from the city of Pensacola. Cliff, are you there? I can see his LinkedIn, but I can't see him. And it's Cliff. If you're on, give me a shout out, okay? If you're there, yeah, I know you're there because I can see
Can you hear
I
me?
can see your audio. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, hang on 1 minute, Cliff. Let me get so I can actually hear you. All right, can you hear me now? Go ahead, Cliff.
I got you loud and clear. How about you and me?
I got you loud and clear. You don't want to come on in person? I don't see your face. How you doing this morning?
So I'm driving in, and I was trying to figure out how to get this video on. I don't do Zoom that often, but I'm doing well. Thanks for one for hosting me. And I don't know. Can you see me now?
No, not yet. Not yet. I can't see you yet. You gotta get that camera. You got to give it the permission to use that camera, Cliff.
Hey, I heard you talking about teaching people how to use these phones, and I'm like, man, I'm struggling just to get the camera up. So, oh man, this is crazy. But man, really, thank you guys for hosting me. I really appreciate this opportunity to kind of speak with you this morning.
Oh, no problem. We try to keep the community connected with what's going on down at City Hall. Are you
Going
still
on
there?
at City Hall. Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, as you know, we got a lot going on at City Hall. Despite the holiday season, I think the people coming in every day, and in my view and what I've had the opportunity to witness, people come in and they try to give their best to the city of Pensacola.
Right. Well, talk to me what the hottest agenda going on at the City Hall.
Well, which agenda do you want to know about?
Well, you can start any way you want to talk about, because I know a lot of issues going on and about the cutting of the tree in 2 locations, and we're talking about the Baptist hospital issue. We're talking about things that are going on in the city. We're talking about reimagining Palafox. City got so much stuff going on. You talk wherever you want to.
Yeah, well, I'll go with sort of what I think is the most important piece, at least that's on my day-to-day agenda, which is the Baptist the Legacy campus. And one of the things yesterday, I just sat in a meeting with Joshua with Jacob's company, a young kid named Josh. He's a local guy. I think he played basketball here. And
Yeah.
so right now, our main focus is priority one, which is the demolition of the Legacy campus, right? And so what does that tell? I kid you not, about 2 months ago, I was told that I was going to be sort of working on this project. And I was talking to Erica, our economic development team lead, and she provided me with the RFP in this binder. And I kid you not, it's about at least 1,000 pages of information. And I was
Wow.
like, you got to be kidding me. But the first thing I learned, at least from coming from a military life, is that I at least need to be informed with what's going on. And so I took the time to kind of look through this binder to kind of read everything and to understand sort of one, how this company, North Star, won the bid, the proposal to basically demolish the Legacy campus at Baptist. And what I found in there was a lot of information and that to me that relates to some of the concerns that people have been asking, particularly about, the safety of the community. How are we doing it? What's going to happen, et cetera, et cetera. What I will tell you is that there's a very methodical plan that's in place, but to me, that's not good enough, because I know we got to get some of this information out to the people. And that's one of the things I told Jacobs yesterday, is that I need them to get me flyers. I need information that we can put out that's in layman's terms. And those are my exact words, layman's terms. It should be something that, the average person can read, understand. I don't want to hear about, abatement and all that stuff, because most people might be like, well, what does that mean? Right. I want them to just say, we're going to be removing X from this building. But anyway, from a macro perspective, we're going to be taking Baptist apart brick by brick. And the company will start like early January. And their intent is to go in and first start internally in the building. So for about the first 40 days, they will be inside the building. They'll be assessing stuff, and they will be taking things apart inside. It's going to be slow at first, and that's deliberate. That is definitely to make sure that we, one, know what we're dealing with firsthand, at least the company, and then know how to put the appropriate safety measures in place. But again, I think this goes back to sort of what you do on a daily basis, and that's making sure that we communicate to the people and we provide them the information. I think once the people knows the information, at least they'll understand, there's some trade-offs that you have to make as you try to, dismantle this building. And then so that's about an 18-month project. And like I said, it'll start internally and eventually they'll work externally. And when I say brick by brick, I mean, this is no kidding. This is going to be brick by brick because of what we know as far as, the hazards inside the building. We want to make sure we get this right. And when I told you about that, 1,000+ page document, that's all detailed in there. It's chronicled in there. And I've been working with Councilman Wiggins to kind of talk about sort of the plan going forward, so him and I can stay connected and get this information out as well. I'll pause for any questions. I can't hear you for whatever reason now.
Okay, cause I turned my mic off and I'm too dumb to turn it back on. But thank you for reminding. So when you get my age, memory's the second thing to go, Cliff. So you got to help me out, okay?
No, that's all right. I'm here to help.
I just want to turn one page from that. There's some issues that near and dear to some people's hearts about those trees there on that property, as well as some trees on the other side of town. What the city doing about it? What's the decision on that other issue about those trees?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm glad you're bringing this up. And I want to at least try to at least try to decouple a couple of things, but not absolve the city of anything. So I want to be very clear about that. So when I look at Baptist, we got what I just mentioned to you was basically the demolishment of the Legacy campus. That's the city. So we've contracted a company out, North Star, and North Star is gonna do that on behalf of the city, right? So then when Baptist sold a certain parcel of land to Pace Foundation, which is a private entity. And without getting too far in advance, I mean, that's something the mayor will probably talk about today at his press conference. But Pace Foundation is a private entity, and basically they're going to build about 200 low income family housing. And it's going to be a kind of a hybrid of houses for the community. And so, in order to build those houses, the developer, we had a conversation with him yesterday. He had to assess sort of the parcel of land that he was given. And then once he assessed that, he had to kind of look at it and say, how can I build the right community for the folks here, as well as maintain and preserve the trees to the maximum extent? And I will tell you, from what I saw, as far as the plans, the reviews, I mean, here is what we can do right now. Now, what I can tell you, they will remove, and I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but I think it's about 68 trees. I think 12 of them are heritage trees. But they will replace it. And not that this is the best mitigation, but they will replace about roughly, and don't quote me on the numbers, between 98 trees roughly back in that community, and kind of as they sort of develop it. But I learned a lot about how sensitive people are about the trees, and rightfully so. I get it. It does make sense. But I will tell you that the mayor, and this is one of the things that really got me stuck on the mayor, as far as what I like about him, is that I was on his transitioning team, so we worked together. I got to kind of watch him in action, but to sit in a room and watch him in the first few meetings. And this is a man who's basically saying to the team, and this is exact words. So I've had this in my head since he said it. He said, I want to do what I told the people I want to do. Right. And so no matter what else happens after that, to me, that was my North Star. And so when I walked out and say, I have a job to do, my job is to make sure that I deliver on what the mayor said he wanted to do. And now, obviously, realizing I got, barriers, I got constraints, I got policy, I got laws that I got to work with. But as a kid who grew up in a town similar to Pensacola, I know how to, navigate spaces like that. And I'm not afraid to sort of look around and see, how can I optimize whatever I need to optimize in the best interest of the people of Pensacola.
All right. Now, your picture finally popped up, Cliff. so I know that you were driving, but you got your camera steady on your thing. So, well, great. Safe. Is there anything else you want to talk about, City? Because they got a lot of stuff we can talk about, but we can't talk about it all in one subject. And I know reimagining Palafox is another issue that's near and dear to people's heart, and particularly the businesses downtown and so forth. So, is that still on track?
Yes, that's on track, and we've had quite a few meetings on Palafox Reimagine. I'd prefer to stay away from that topic for today, if that's
Not
okay. I've been inundated in sort of Baptist and dealing with sort of the Baptist stuff that I've loved. I mean, I'll tell you this, and I'm headed in this direction right now. But I've said it at meetings every day before I go to work. I drive to the Legacy Baptist campus. I go look at it. I go imagine right now, what is it going to look like when that building comes down? And then I imagine the people in the community as far as what's going on with them. I normally try to find at least 1 to 2 people to talk to in the community every morning. And, it was surprising. One day I ran into 2 elderly ladies, and, I pulled alongside of them in my truck and started having a conversation with them, started talking about Baptists. And, what I found was interesting. One of the ladies, she said, well, son, I just moved from here, from Maryland. I've been up in Maryland for the last 30 years, and I just came home, And then I started asking her questions about Baptist hospital, and did she know anything about what was going on? And she said no. And I said, well, that's okay. What I'll do is next time I see you out, I'll come by, I'll sit with you, and I'll chat with you to kind of get you up to speed on where we are, what's going on in the community. So I do this every day. I find somebody to talk to, because I am curious to know, what are the people who live right in that area feel, what are they thinking, and how they're looking at this project.
All righty then. City Council meeting on Thursday night, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, folks, if you want to get downtown and express your views and let the city know. That's one thing I know about the mayor. He wants to know how the city feels. He has probably more meetings that I've seen of any other prime mayor about what's going on and what they intended to do and to get the community input. You know, whether you're talking about the Fricker Center or you're talking about the property down on the other big project you got coming up that will affect us in the radio station, the TV station here, the on Jordan Street. You know what I'm talking about over there? I know you know what I'm talking about. I just can't call the name of it right now. The Hollis William Project.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Hollis William.
Yeah, that project.
Yes. You know, you made a comment about the mayor having more meetings. I think in what I have seen and heard people say about the mayor, and I can only speak, 38 years in the military, and I can definitely talk about my career if you want. We can kind of segue in there, but I'll tell you this is I've learned to judge people by what they do versus what they say.
Yeah.
And so as I sit in the room with the mayor, I mean, this is a guy who comes in every day and his desire is to give an outcome to the city. So when you say having meetings, I mean, I think there's the transactional part of having a meeting, and that's just everybody sitting in the room. But then there's the transformational piece where he drives to say, I want to have an outcome. I mean, and there's a lot of pressure. I mean, there are people that stress, that are concerned because he is pushing people to say, I want an outcome, and I want an outcome for the people. I mean, that is the end state of what he's driving to. So I think some of the rhetoric is just undeserved. But I understand, local government, at least I'm learning more and more about it, more than I ever thought I would have imagined, because I'll tell you, as a young kid, like I said, growing up in downtown, where I basically ran City Hall, meaning inside the buildings. I ran inside the fire departments. I ran inside the police departments. But my dad was also a policeman. So I can't say that gave me this a vision of anything, except that it gave me a feel of where I was at and how I felt where I grew up. And so for me, growing up in an area similar to Pensacola, I felt safe my entire life in that area. And I learned a great deal. But to come back now and work for the city, which I had never imagined would ever happen, it's like coming home. It's a great feeling to ride around the neighborhoods, to look and see what we are doing and how we're trying to drive change in Pensacola.
Now, since you're on that subject, tell the folks what your title is at the city.
Of course. Yeah, so I am the Associate City Administrator, and the way that works, you got the City Administrator, you have a Deputy City Administrator, and then you have the Associate City Administrator. And so I'm kind of right in that area right there, sort of third person behind actually second behind the City Administrator. And the three of us together support the mayor and all his initiatives.
Okay, now you segue into the military, so you can tell us a little bit about your military career, and then I'll let you go, because I know you got to go by the Baptist property to assess it again this morning before you go to work.
That's right. I'm almost there. Yeah, of course. So here's what I will tell you. And I don't know. Well, first, let me tell you a quick story of what changed my life, because as you know, growing up in downtown area can be pretty daunting for most kids. And it was definitely even to be the son of a policeman. I had my ways, and one of the things I used to do as a kid was if I wanted something, I'd find me a way to get it. And so the bottom line is that means I would steal, right? And one day I went into Walgreens and I stole a Jerry curl kit because I wanted a Jerry curl. Now, I don't have any hair now, so it doesn't matter. But I stole the kit.
What happened to the hair?
Yeah. So I walk in the store, but right before I get to the store, I run into my oldest brother, and he's like, "Where you going?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to Goodwill because I'm going to drop off these old clothes." And I had a paper bag in my hand, which that was my bag, my backpack, what we call it today, but that was my paper bag, brown paper bag, and that was my thing to take the kit. So anyway, so I went in, took the kit, came home. My mom, as soon as I walked in, I said, "Boy, where you been? Your brother told me you might be out there stealing." And I took the bag and I threw it into my sister's room right away. And my sister dined me out. My brother dined me out. And I think it broke my mom's heart. So you know what she did, right? She
Yep.
took me back to the store. She told him, if you ever see him in here, he's stealing. Kick him out. And you got my permission. The second thing she did was she took me home. And instead of getting a Jerry curl, I got a haircut with scissors. And I mean, no kidding, my head was plucked all over the place. And what she did after that was she sent me to school. I went to school for about, I'd say a good 2 hours. She pulled me out, took me to the barber, cut my hair just clean. I mean, I was bald headed. That was when bald heads weren't a thing. And so I had to go back to school. So now I'm back in school and I'm getting my head plucked. And that was probably the transformational moment for me. It changed my entire life as far as realizing that if I want something, I got to find a better way to go get it. And so anyway, that segued into me saying, Mom, I'm going to the Navy at some point. And so I went in the Navy, and I went in the Navy with no plans except to do 4 years because they were going to pay for me to go to college.
Yeah.
But what I learned in 38 years was I went from E1 to E7, and that's, you know, people helped me get there. Then I went from 01 to 06. And again, the foundation for all of that was running into good people. But me realizing sort of my life and what I want to get out of life, and realizing that there are things that you can get and you can take them, but you don't have to steal them in that way. And so it transformed me to be the man I am today. And so I've had a blessed career in the Navy. I've enjoyed it. But I'll tell you this, once you get out, you get out. And that was my biggest thing, is that now that I'm out, I want to integrate into local community, local government, and understand the people, understand the issues. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Great. That's a great motivational moment. One of the things I have on this station is I'm trying to motivate people and inspire people, educate people, and entertain folks. And so I have what I call a motivational moment. You just did it for me. Okay, thank you.
Wow. Yes, sir. Well, Vernon, I will tell you this, is it's the voice of people like you that influenced the youth, because I had radio hosts that would not only influence me with good music, but with the message and how to establish a position, how to understand what's going on. I always thought that was so important growing up. So thank you guys for what you do. I think you guys, I consider the work you do transformational. I really do.
All right. Well, thank you, Cliff. I know we took a little time, but thank you for coming on. And this is going to be a weekly series, y'all. We're going to be hearing from the mayor's office every Tuesday around the 8 o'clock hour. Whether it's going to be the mayor or the Cliff or some official from the city of Pensacola. And so you can keep informed on what's going on in city government. Cliff, thank you so much again, okay?
Yes, sir. And thank you. And, you know, whenever you need something, just let me know, and I'll be happy to jump on.
All right. Will do. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all, that is Cliff Collins of the city of Pensacola. And he's here to help us, okay, with the city of Pensacola. Y'all, I got to take a commercial break. But when I come back, hopefully we're going to be talking to Mr. Jerry McIntosh on some issues. And we're going to cover some other stuff before we get out of here this morning, okay? So stay tuned. I'll be right back. And don't go anywhere. And you tell everybody that this show is on. And you need to stay tuned to it since it's relatively new, and you need to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Navigating heart care can be challenging. Baptist makes it better with the latest treatments and innovations and the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Hey, Escambia. Today, we're talking trash, specifically bulk waste.
Starting July 1st, 2023, bulk waste service will be called for pickup. You can schedule a pickup by calling the ECUA Customer Service Department anytime before 2 p.m. on the day prior to your normal pickup day. Bulk pickup is still included at no additional charge.
Check out ecua.fl.gov for more information.
Know what to throw, 850.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, Pen Air combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
The Service Center at Pete Moore Chevrolet can maintain the life of your vehicle regardless of make or model. Our certified factory-trained technicians have the expertise for domestic and import vehicles. And the Pete Moore Advantage provides you complimentary services whenever you stop by. Our Collision Center accepts all insurance, provides lifetime warranties on all workmanship and paint, and offers a...
And it is Tuesday, and I got my special guest on, Mr. Jerry McIntosh. Jerry is on every Tuesday and Thursday and talking about what's going on in politics and so forth.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Hustle called me to be bald right now. I was doing good till I put that junk in my head.
Jerry, I can remember I had a Jerry curl one time. But I used to have did you have an afro?
Yeah, I had a big afro.
Yeah, me too. I had one of them huge afros at one time. And but the thing for what you call it, the Jerry curl started coming around.
Yeah, I wanted kits and all that.
Yeah, I wanted a Jerry curl. Everybody wearing Jerry curls and everything. And so what happened? They said, "Well, we need to just cut your hair off and start from root. Start from new from the Jerry curl." I let that woman talk me into that, and it wasn't a Jerry curl, Jerry. It was a scary curl. I'm telling you, man. I regretted that. Boy, I regretted that. I tell you the truth. But what happened? I tell you what happened was I was lucky. I took this job up in Birmingham, so nobody knew me. So up in Birmingham, so it didn't matter, but everybody knew me here. And I never forget, one of my best friends, he said, when I showed him, I said, "I got a Jerry curl," and he looked at me and said, "Is that what they're supposed to look like?" So I don't know, Jerry, but anyway, when Cliff was talking about that, he brought back memories to me.
I'm telling you, I thought about the same thing. That's why I have hair today. I put that junk in my head, and all my hair, my hair was soft anyway, and and I put that Jerry curl. My hair was all the way down here. I mean, I got when I got married, I got hair all the way down. 2-3 years later, my hair started going that way.
Same thing.
I cut it down real low.
Mm-hmm.
and you know, in the right here, we're just going all the way back. Wasn't nothing up here. I said, I'm just gonna shave it all off now. That's what I've been doing. It'll grow all the way except right in the top. But I
really?
keep it shaved off.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. What's going on around the world on the political scene? Bring us up to date, Jerry.
Oh, just Robert Ryan, his son, killed him and his mom. You know, and the Robert Ryan wife, the son killed both of them. And Trump, with his low
Dumbass.
IQ.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Vernon, you got to restrain yourself sometimes. Sometimes you got to have. I need self-control sometimes when it comes to Trump. Okay?
Yeah, I'm telling you, because that clown, I mean, to do, and then double down on it, they got Trump deranged syndrome. I'm talking about, well, you calling yourself deranged, dude.
Right.
You know, you're saying that you are deranged, you know, so.
And all of that is projection. Everything he projects on everybody else is reflected of what he's saying.
Exactly.
And that guy, he gonna die a horrible death one of these days. Yeah. And all of this stuff is just gonna. My grandmama used to say, all what goes around comes around.
Comes around. I'm telling you. Yeah, karma will catch up.
Yeah.
And karma is catching up with you. You can see it in his face. You can see it when he's trying to remember what he was talking about. He just dropped to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that dementia, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to Robert. I mean, Meathead.
Right.
What's his name? Rob Reiner.
Right.
Okay.
Reiner.
Archie Bunker used to call him Meathead.
Yeah.
They said his son is responsible for those two deaths. Did that have motive?
You know, his son. They were showing that his son was a heavy drug addict, and I don't know what triggered him to go and kill both his parents. Said his sister found them in the house, so which had to be traumatizing, devastating trauma that had creeped up on him. You know, and you think about your own children, your own child. I think that might have been his only son that killed them. You know, and because they only talked about him and his sister.
Yeah.
So that had to be a traumatic experience to find both your parents dead, stabbed to death. You know, that's you got to be really enraged.
Absolutely.
To people to death like that. You know, some kind of rage or demonic spirit came up on you or something to do that. You know, and I know he had been trying to get his son to get his life back together. You know, that especially if it's your only son. You know, I lost my only son last year.
Yeah.
On Mother's Day. You know, so that was traumatic to me. You know, and people don't know what you go through. You know, you just put on that good face and go on out there and do what you got to do. But at night, you know, you were going through some issues, especially Father's Day, because he used to always call me. I only had 2 children. He had 5. He would call me and I beat you by 3, didn't he? He would call me, you know, tell me, you know, you didn't work as hard as I did, you know.
Well, Jerry, you know, it's devastating, you know, even when people are murdered, even by strangers. Right. But when it hit home like that, when you hit home and people are murdered by their own children, you know, you think of Menendez children, and you think about a lot of even to bring it home to us, you're talking about Marvin Gaye, remember? And all of it sometimes is tied to drug use and so forth in some situations. So that's got to be something to deal with, you know?
Right. Then we talk about the school shootings.
Yeah, we had 3 already.
Yeah,
3 shootings this week in 1 week.
In 1 week, you know, to think Think about that, and the only thing you hear is, thoughts and prayers. We sending our deepest condolences. No, you have the power of the pen to do some legislative work to make sure that deranged people don't get their hands on gun. Don't mean that you're not, it's not a panacea, but at least when somebody go to buy a gun, you can have that gun traced. You can get the serial number and track that gun and already been tested it for possibility that somebody may use it. Then you got the bullets for it, and all the thing you got to do then is test it. But the thing about it, they're not doing anything to help the situation, and this, and I'm like, yeah, because guns and liquor don't go together. And most of the time, that's the problem because you're emboldened by the liquor, and then you're gonna pull that gun and use it if nobody talk you out of it or talk you down. So when you look at what is happening with these school shootings, and the legislators won't do anything about it. When one of the girls that was at Stoneman Douglas, she done went through this twice. She was at Brown. I think it was a couple of them over there at Brown that went through this at Stoneman Douglas over there, and now to follow her to college. And you think about it, you pay $70,000 a year, not for the 4 year, $70,000 a year to go to Brown University. What kind of they didn't have security cameras that was working properly. They didn't have security. You see this all the time. How you not going to have proper security to protect the children? I mean, the young people, the young adults that go to your school, that your institution. You have to be able to protect those individuals, and then nobody, the guy walked out with the students and went on about his business. You think about that. The FBI, the police, everything, he walked right by them and went on. Now they got a massive man because they grabbed the wrong person.
They still at large.
Huh?
He's still at large.
Yeah, he's still at large. He's still at large. And that's unfortunate because they could have caught him if they'd have had cameras and stuff. And they saying it was father and son with with problems, and sometimes too many. But it's led by the president of these United States. He's pushing hatred in this country, just like when he came out about Rob Ryan. Can you imagine that? That make everybody else think that, oh, it's okay. Like one woman told one of the people on social media, Trump is my president. I can do what I want to do, to y'all, black people.
Yep.
So his action and his language.
I mean, why aren't people pushing back against that? The leader of our country, he's such an embarrassment, such a deranged individual, but yet he is allowed to say and do what he wants in impunity. Nobody pushes back. Something has to happen, Jerry. What do you think needs to be done?
Well, the reason nobody's pushing back because in the Republican Party, at least in the leadership of in the House, the Congress, in the Supreme Court, he's doing their bidding. Make no mistake, if they wanted to stop him, they could have stopped him a long time ago, because the power is the first power in the United States is the Congress in the Capitol bill. It's not the presidency. So they could have stopped him a long time ago from all this stuff that's going on. They had the opportunity to make sure that he never came back to power when he was impeached in the House. The Senate did nothing. When he was out of office, they had the opportunity to make sure he didn't come back to office. It was somebody with 34 felonies, accused of rape and convicted of rape in the country. They did nothing but capitulate. And then the Supreme Court turned around and gave him total immunity as long as he's president. That's When you think about all the stuff that's going on, he's just doing their bidding. And you think about what John Roberts said when he was in the Nixon administration about voting rights and the civil rights. John Roberts is not he's not no profiling courage. He's one of the most vile, vicious people in the Supreme Court. But he do it nice, nasty. And so people have to know who these people are, and they need to be exposed from the top to the bottom. And then you got that Stephen Miller, who is a Trump advisor, who is in his ear all the time. One of the most vile racists the world has ever known is right there in the White House, leading this stuff from behind. Trump is just, they put something in front of him, he just read it. That's all he know. He don't.
He just follow it. I don't think he know how to read, but yeah, he just follow action, follow orders.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. And so this is why things are going around like it is, and it's going to be more mass shooting because the people think they have the right to go out and kill people and become,
Jerry,
heroes, I guess.
Why do you suppose there is no action on gun control in the United States of America?
Let's go back to the late 60s and the early 70s when the Black Panther had they were using guns to defend themselves, defend the community. They weren't using guns to go up against the government. They were saying we're going to defend we were self-defense. It's the first order of the day. Once they went down to the state legislature with their guns, they weren't loaded. They just went in and they talked. They wanted to be heard. Overnight, they changed. They made they made gun laws rights. I mean, they changed the laws so that guns could not be brought into place, and you couldn't you couldn't carry guns in California. Reagan did that, but once he got into the White House, even after he got shot, they just put a little tepid thing on the gun laws in this country because the gun lobby, the gun manufacturers, they put in laws. See, it would change if they could be sued, but they put in laws that they can't even ever be sued for making these guns that kill hundreds of thousands of people every year. So the guy that killed that mass shooter that killed these people at college, well, the gun lobby and the gun manufacturer, they're gonna continue to pump them out there. Because
Jerry, I don't understand. They hold tobacco accountable. They hold all the other industries accountable for their actions, but they won't hold the gun lobbyists accountable. My daddy once said that he said, "Son, I don't know about the next world, but money runs this one. So it's all about the dollar. You follow the money, and you can see and understand why people do what they do in Congress. And Congress is the only place you can go in poor and come out rich.
Rich, yeah. You go in there with nothing and come out, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She went in there, few $100,000, come out with 25 million. So that lets you know right there, that's a place where you go and do inside trading. You can make you a ton of money, stay there 3, 4, maybe 2 terms. You got a pension off of the American people. That pension gonna be way more than the average American worker make in this country. So everything is set up for themselves, but nothing for the American people. It's a continuation of just ripping off and this is what the Trump administration is doing. All his buddies, they are just ripping the country off. His son got an $800 million contract with this country. I mean, with the Pentagon. $800 million for what? You only got 50 people. You get an $800 million contract. How you do that? And nobody's saying anything. Except that your dad is the president, and he want me to have this.
Well, Jerry, I don't. For the love of me, all the traditions and everything that we cherish in our democracy is gone out of the window, and it seems to be that nobody willing to step forward, willing to step forward and enforce the tradition, even though it's not forced in law, but enforce the tradition. There's no other president that we know of profited directly. They might have profited indirectly. Like I said, you can go in politics rich. Okay, you can go in politics rich, but you can leave. You can leave
richer.
Rich. You can go in rich and leave richer, or you can go in poor and leave rich. Okay,
that's right.
But no other president did it overtly as this. I don't even recognize him as the president, because I believe in my heart that the 2024 election was rigged.
Oh, you said rigged.
Yeah. And I would know and I can search things just like Trump can search things without any evidence. I think it was rigged. Okay, ain't no way in hell that after spending 4 years of this deranged administration, that the American people would go back and put him in again with all of the things that have been said, all the things he's done. A criminal. Putting a criminal into the White House, and you see what criminals do. They protect other criminals. You see how he's been pardoning other hardened criminals for the same thing. But anyway,
well, you see, he just pardoned the Honduras former president, who shipped tons and tons, over billions of dollars worth of drugs. He was captured, arrested, and charged, and he was supposed to spend 45 years in prison, which was probably the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But pardon him while killing people hanging on to a boat, because he said they were to a piece of ship, a piece of boat rather, because there wasn't no ship that they blew up. They were boats.
Yeah, little boat. Yeah.
He killed them, blew them up. Just blowing up these people. You don't know whether it's drugs on there or not. People could be just going out on recreation. We don't know nothing. They ain't showed us nothing that said that they found drugs anywhere.
Jerry, let me ask you a question about that operation, if you will. Okay, do you think that? Hang on for 1 minute, Jerry, because I done lost my audio on my other side here. Let me make sure I put my audio back on. But anyway, do you think that for 1 minute that is about bringing drugs into this country? Not at all. I think it's a false flag to try to overturn the government in that country.
He's trying to take out Maduro to put in this woman that's a right-wing person like he is. They're trying to do regime change. On top of that, they were trying to provoke them to do something so that they could go in and what they already done. They taking the people's law, the resources. They want the rest of the resources that Venezuelans have over there. And that, when Chavez was in power, he nationalized the oil at one time.
Exactly.
And so he sold it to whoever he wanted to sell it to. And they put, this happened under the President Obama administration. They put sanction on it and put a blockade around so they couldn't sell their oil to other countries. So that, and to trust the people, to try to get an uprising going on inside the country through trickery and technology, politics and everything else that they tried to do. And they still didn't get who they wanted in power. Now all of this was a pretext to go into take those people oil and resources, because that's what this country do. And since the inception of this country, 200 and some years, has been 200 and some war have taken place, and that we've been involved in, invading people, killing people all around the world, and it's just a whole host of things that are going on under the pretext, we're stopping drugs. Now, if you go up, anybody know that if you got even if you got a speedboat on the water, if people know how far Venezuela is from America to how far it is from here to Venezuela, that boat would have to fill up what 30, 35 times just to get to offshore here.
Yeah.
In the first place, we got Coast Guard that can do interdiction at any time.
Right.
You don't have to kill nobody to do that.
Yeah.
What about go ahead, Vernon.
What about the acts of piracy that the United States has done? We've done the act of piracy. We have what do you call it? Take over ships, steal the ships, and for their oil.
Yeah, that's piracy. That's piracy. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're pirates.
Absolutely, absolutely pirates. Commandeered a ship for the oil. And Trump is so stupid. He says the obvious things out loud, and he'll miss it. That's one thing you have to get that fool. He doesn't know, but he says, "So what you gonna do with oil?" I guess we're gonna keep it. That's what they want to get those millions and millions of gallons of oil under false pretenses. It's nothing but piracy, modern day piracy.
Right. If you think about it, you got a tanker that carried 200 million gallons of gas. 200 million. You're talking billions of dollars worth for oil. 200 million gallons of oil. Those things sell for like the oil selling something like what $100 some dollars a barrel.
Right.
You got that much oil. Well, you're talking approximately at least $2 to $3 billion worth of oil on that shit. And when you're just gonna take those people's resources, you're gonna cut off the only money they can bring in is mostly from oil because we got an embargo on them, we got sanctions on them for no good reason whatsoever. Nobody can explain why they got sanctioned on it except we don't agree with their leadership. I live here in America. I don't agree with that. If that's the case, this person, this whole administration need to go. I'm not going to.
As far as I'm concerned,
I don't agree.
as far as I'm concerned, we need a rechange here.
Right.
So that brings up the point of Jerry, how important it is to vote, because if people don't understand the consequences of election, and if this don't teach you something, I don't know what will.
Right. In the Supreme Court. Speaking of that, Supreme Court gonna make a ruling soon because the case been heard in the Supreme Court on the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. These two things are up to be destroyed, and you can bet. I would be surprised if the only thing would surprise me if Section 2 is left intact in the Civil Rights Bill. That would be the only thing surprising me. But other than that, it's a possibility. All that could be gone. And that was the last vestige of the Voting Rights Act that we had.
Let me ask you this question. It might sound silly to you, but when it comes to black folks, we always have special acts and special dispensation to do for black folks, okay? But it doesn't apply to white people, okay? Now, let me ask you this. Are black folks citizens of the United States or not? And I'm assuming, yes, we are citizens of the United States of America, okay? If white people, by unalienable rights, if you will, were able to vote in this country as by being a mere citizen of this country, so why can't black folks do the same thing? Why do we need a Civil Rights Act? Why do we need all this stuff to give to black folks when we automatically got those rights given to that given to by white people? Help me understand. Help me reconcile that. I don't understand that. Why we need special dispensation about that? I'm going to say that. I'm going to give you an analogy about what we're talking about. Talking about black business. We used to have to be signed up to have a certified black business. You know, hell, I've been black all my life. Why do I need to certify? Only thing I need to show is my ID that I'm black. Or look at my black ass, and you know that I'm black. But we have to do all these extra steps to get certified black business, and still don't get no damn business. But white people don't have to do the same thing. Help me, walk me through that, and help me understand.
People, they kill all that they couldn't kill. They trying to drown. You know.
Hey, Jerry.
Uh-huh.
Bringing it home a little closer, I'm gonna drown some city. Think about New Orleans, and then after the flooding in New Orleans,
the presence of being in the presence of people there was just awesome. But you know, the different food and seeing the different things that was happening on the streets, you know, all the dancing and the drumming and all of that, it's still there, but on a micro level, not at the way it was before. So you know, yeah, and but when you think about what used to be Seneca, in the city and where Central Park is now, Seneca Village. Well, that was they had churches, they had schools, they had businesses there. Oh, we're gonna raise that. We got to y'all got to get up out of here. We're gonna raise that. We want that to be our park. We're gonna, this is what we're gonna do. You think about from the early 1900s, after slavery, on into the late 60s, they were still burning. They were still burning down towns and cities and that black people had. You know, it's only a few still. The symbol of a few still is still there. So they did not want to compete with us, and still to this day, this is why you can go get $100,000 for a car, but you can't get the same thing for a mortgage for a house. Your credit ain't your credit ain't good enough. You know, something that's going to increase in value. You can't get it. You can't get it for that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get this house for $600 a month for 10 years. But you can get this car. We'll let you have this car for 10 years. You pay $1,000 a month for it. You're good.
Yeah.
You know, but not the same thing.
And now they're talking about giving you 50-year mortgages and stuff like that. You never get out of debt. Never ever in lifetime.
No, you won't ever own you. You know, even though you say you own your home now, you still don't own. Your family can inherit it if they're around, if you got family. But the thing about it, they can come and take anything they want. And we were talking about voting. Going back, they had never wanted us to vote in this country. To get that, and that's the thing about it. To hear people say my vote don't count, one of the most insidious things you can asinine thing to me you can say, because I know that voting changed things in this country.
Absolutely.
It changed a whole lot in this country.
Yeah.
I know that if we didn't have the right to vote, there would not be no black state legislators. There would be no black governors. There would be no black Congress people, no senators, and not even thinking about the presidency of the United States.
Yeah.
Now we have. Go ahead.
We're gonna have to leave it at that, and we'll pick it up again on Thursday. If you're here on every Tuesday and Thursday, we'll pick it up there. Our time is about up, but I appreciate you coming on, folks. I just wanted to remind you, just to remind you that the MLK parade is coming up. You need to go ahead and get registered for the MLK parade, and do what you need to do, because I'm telling you, it's right around the corner there. Okay, right around the corner. All right, folks, I love you. I'll see you next week. I always say next week. I mean tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, absolutely see you tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'll see you then. Now y'all know I'm gonna go off here with a funny song now, cause Santa Claus is coming, and some folks think CC so jolly, ho ho ho, and some other folks think he really is a ho ho ho. Just you ever wondered if he was on the Epstein file? He really was a ho ho ho. But anyway, y'all, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm leaving with this song here called Santa Claus Ain't Nothing But a Ho Ho Ho. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, that time of the year. Everybody crazy about Santa Claus. But I'm gonna tell y'all something about Santa Claus. And fellas, y'all better look out. Folks are crazy about Santa. They think he's all this and that. But I know something about Santa. And I ain't lying, it's just a natural fact. He's supposed to bring joy to the world. But I caught him trying to steal my girl. Santa ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. I'm telling y'all what I know. Santa Claus ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. You better watch him when he comes through your door. I came home early one Christmas Eve. Y'all won't believe what my eyes did see. Santa Claus was in his drawers, and the girl on the bed sure wasn't Mrs. Claus. Santa ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. I'm telling y'all what I know. Santa Claus ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. You better watch him when he comes through your door. Every now and then you'll see Santa riding around in your hood. You wouldn't think nothing about it, 'cause you think he's out doing good. He tells his reindeer to hold tight for a minute and go and find your girl and try to stand up in it. Santa Claus ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. I'm telling y'all what I know. Santa Claus ain't nothing but a ho-ho-ho. You better watch him when he comes through your door. He'll go down to the mall and try to feed the baby.